Welcome to the BrownieKnits 2015 Block Blanket Along video. I'm Gina, BrownieKnits, and in this video I'm going to show you how to work the butterflies that are in Block 4 of the BrownieKnits 2015 Block Blanket Along pattern. You can find the patterns on Ravelry and on BrownieKnits.com. To work the butterflies, you're going to work across the row as indicated in the pattern. When you get to the 5 stitches that are going to host your butterfly, you're going to slip 5 stitches with the yarn in front. And you're going to slip those stitches purlwise. So work across your row first to your 5 stitches. And once you get there, you're going to bring your yarn into the front like you're going to purl, and you're going to keep it there. With your right hand needle, insert it into the stitch purlwise and move the stitches from the left to the right. Do this for the next 5 stitches. So your yarn is in front and you're slipping 5 stitches purlwise. After you've slipped these 5 stitches, you're going to be instructed to knit the next stitch. Take the yarn to the back, across your work and to the back like normal for a knit, and then work the rest of the row as indicated in the pattern. You will have multiple butterflies in one row. For those of you who are continental knitters and hold the yarn in your left hand, as you work the 5 slip stitches, you're still going to hold the yarn like you would to purl. However, because we hold the yarn in our left hand, it's going to look like the yarn is stretching across the rest of our work. When you go to knit the stitch after the slipped 5 stitches, you will take the yarn to the back to knit it just like a normal knit stitch. This will then only have the ladder across the front 5 that we want for our butterfly. So here you go. I worked one before we started recording, so I have 2 of the ladders of the 5 that we'll have for our butterfly. On your wrong side rows, you'll purl across those 5 stitches just like a normal purl. This will create an effect with a stockinette look on the front with your ladders coming across the top. Alright, here you can see that I now have 5 ladders across the front that are going to make the wings of our butterfly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're ready to work the wrong side row where we make the body of our butterfly. So you're going to work as indicated in the pattern across this row until you are to the 5 stitches that make up the wings of your butterfly. So when you get there, so here we are, we're at our 5 stitches, you're going to purl the first 2, just normal purls. Purl 1, purl 2. Now we're to the stitch that's going to make our body, the center of the 5. See there? You're going to take your right hand tip of your needle and you're going to go underneath these 5 ladders from the top, the first one, underneath and behind. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got all 5 on our right needle now, and we're going to move those over to the left tip. Now they're on our left tip, and we're going to purl those 5 and the next live stitch on our needle together. So insert your right tip needle into all 5 of those plus the next live stitch. Just purl them across. This really, you might prefer to have a strong tip on the needles that you use to do this. It makes it a little bit easier. There you can see, now we have the body of our butterfly. And you work across the rest of the wrong side row, catching all of your butterfly bodies as you go. Here you can see, now we have the wings and our butterfly body. The stitches around these might look a little wonky and loose. Don't worry about that, that comes out in blocking. That center stitch of your body on your next row, you'll just knit it. So let's do this one more time. So we're to our 5 stitches for our butterfly. The first 2, you're going to just purl. So you're going to purl the first 2. Purl 1, purl 2. The next stitch is the center of our butterfly body. Now we're ready to take our right hand needle and insert that behind the 5 letters, catching them all onto our needle. We've got all 5 of them. Now we're going to place those onto the left needle. Now take your right needle and you're going to catch all 5 of those plus the next stitch. And you're going to purl all of that together. Insert purlwise, wrap purlwise, push back and through and off. And there you go, you've made your butterfly body. You have 2 more stitches to go on the wings, so you purl those 2, and then that will complete your 5 stitches of your butterfly. You work the rest of the row as indicated in the pattern, completing your butterflies as you go. On the next row, you'll knit across those stitches, and you can see this is how your butterflies look. Now we're going to do some simple cabling. I'm going to show you how to work a cable holding your yarn in the back. So slip 3 stitches for a 6-stitch cable. You're going to slip 3 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them behind your work. Then you're going to knit the next 3 stitches that are live on your working needle. 2 and 3. Then you will slip the 3 stitches that are on your cable needle back onto your left hand needle and then knit those stitches. All cabling does is move the order of your stitches. So you can work this over 4 stitches, 6 stitches, 8 stitches. It doesn't really matter. It's just moving the order of the stitches on your needle to create that cable twist. Whether you hold the stitches on your cable needle behind your work or in front of your work determines the direction of your cable twist. So I held this one in back and you can see the direction that it turns. This other side, I held it in the front and it's slanting the other direction. For most cables, you will only twist on the same row each time. So for example, you might only twist on row 3, and the rest of the time you're typically just knitting your stitches like normal.